Hello everybody, this is Frontal Bob and here. Welcome to race number 18 of the 2020-21 NROL Siemens National Series season. This is the Cartoon Network dinner at the New Jersey Motor Speedway. Yeah, this series has been on quite the tirade recently. By the way, in the series, this whole season, you know, Seekong and Thompson were rather interesting races for the Siemens National Series, and so was the Paris Motorsports Park race to an extent. But now we come to New Jersey, which would be the last race for this series, and in general on this northeastern stretch. So, yeah, so this track, we did actually come here at this track last year, but not with the Siemens Nash series. However, the Skills Cup series race that did come here last year was a rather forgettable. So it was such a forgettable race, and honestly, I forget that I even recorded that race. So this year though, we got a lot more parity, so let's hope that this race is a lot more exciting. So with that being said, let's give you a starting grid for this race. So in the pole for this one is Mike Snyder, alongside second is Nathan Mon, third is Noah Gregson, fourth is Jose Mills, fifth is A. John Menninger, sixth is Cody Goforth, seventh is Justin Haley, eighth is Tyler Tomasi, ninth is Russell David, 10th is Ed Wood, 11th is Justin Allgaier, 12th is Brim McShane, 13th is Michael Lynette, 14th is Beth Solon, 15th is Austin Murray, 16th is Dan Hemrick, 17th is Austin Sinner, 18th is Keisha Richardson, 19th is Greg Graff, 20th is Chase Briscoe, 21st is Harrison Burton, 22nd is Ross Jane, 23rd is Texas, 24th is Ryan Sieg, 25th is Brandon Jones, 26th is Zach Fitzroy Sr., 27th is Henne, 20th is John Doe, 29th is Dan Logan, 30th is Dame Blue, 31st is Matthew Brown, 32nd is Casey Nico, 33rd is Rebecca, 34th is DJ Reed, 35th is Hugh Gillespie, 36th is Brad Herbst, 37th is Bob Hunter, 38th is Shane Lamb, 39th is Ernie Irvin, 40th is Mitch Bronson, 41st is Jeff Green, and 42nd is Can Drive. Okay. And yeah, so this will also be the first sort of normal race we've had in the last couple of weeks, you know. Difficulty's been cranked up all the way to the highest one. Cautions are back, and pit stops are too, so this will be a more regular race, a race of strategy, a race of stuff. So let's see how this field applies what they've learned so far this season to this race. Pace car on a racing pit road. Yeah. And here it comes. Alright, so yes, a more normal race. So, New Jersey Motor Speedway. I am definitely looking forward to seeing how this one turns out. See, the thing is that last year's race was so boring, or the Cup race was so boring, because, you know, the field was a lot more, or was a lot less even. This year, of course, now there's a lot more parity. So it should make for a more competitive and overall a better race. So, let's see how this race turns out in just a little bit. And green flag is in the air for the Cartoon Network 300 at New Jersey Motor Speedway. AJ Allman going very low here. And he's actually going all the way to the inside lane. Mike Snyder, however, doing a decent job to hold him off at the start of this one. The inside lane, though, was actually quite a bit faster on the start, though. But here comes AJ Allmendinger back in the 16 machine this week. And is trying to go after Mike Snyder for the lead. Yeah. Looks like Mike Snyder, though, going to have the lead for now. Here comes Russell David in the bottom lane. Russell David driving the over 9,000 car this week. And AJ Allmendinger now looking to find a way around Mike Snyder. Ooh, he's gonna... Can't quite get to him in the curves, though, in the corner. Yeah, this is a pretty fast racetrack. And AJ Allmendinger now hanging behind Mike Snyder. Meanwhile, Russell David now trying to get into fourth here. Yeah, so this week Russell David is driving the over 9,000 car. This is the car that won just last week with BioQualum Films at the wheel. So that is why Russell David is driving this car this week, because this car won last week. So maybe Russell David can win with this car this week, or at least sometime soon. Well, he's off to a good start in this one, running in fourth. So we'll see how he's able to do with that later on. Mike Snyder, however, in the lead. Mike Snyder, he's pretty brother. We see him up front. And Mike Snyder, he's actually, well, he is running the full schedule, but he's running it for 2 different teams. You know, he's going back between Richard Childress Racing and Ryan Sieg Racing. This year, or this week, however, he's driving the Richard Childress number 21, which is a much faster machine than the equipment back at Ryan Sieg Racing. Not a lot of action though. I mean, well, we had some action to start this one, but looks like now the field's getting a little bit more calm. So, I mean, it's a race. So, we'll see. New Jersey, actually a pretty fast racetrack. So looks like it might be a bit hard to pass here. Well, I say that here's Jose Mills who's trying to get a run on AJ Allmendinger. And Jose Mills now chasing down AJ Allmendinger. Yeah, Jose Mills, driver that I haven't really talked about much this season. And AJ Allmendinger, another one as well that I've talked about much. Which kind of makes sense because AJ Allmendinger only running on a part-time schedule this year. And this number 16 car was actually the car that Russell David drove just last week, because for this season, number 16 is being shared between AJ Allmendinger and Russell David. And this race, AJ Allmendinger right now trying to find a way to get up to my side of the ball. It seems the field as a whole actually trying to find a way to pass. Maybe that's why this race was so dull last season, because it was so hard to pass. That being said, with the high-speed nature of this track, if it is a boring race, then it should be a race that will be over with quickly. I mean, we're only about 7 minutes into this video. We're just getting to the 10th lap of the race. Okay, feel the jam up a little bit, though. But no overtakes. Wow. Well, let's see how this field does when having to get around Kia driving, which won't be too long from now. Yeah. I know Can Drive is basically moving to can these races, but sometimes Can Drive can help out the competition a little bit more. And he might have to help out a little bit today as the field is about to chase him down. Which, as a result, you know, we're gonna... Well, I might check up the running order. Maybe we won't take up anything. Or maybe we should drive right on by him as if he's not even there. And so they're gonna be able to get. They're gonna get to him in the corner, which means that. Oh no! They're gonna chase him down the front straightaway. Okay, well, no problem though, as the field's gonna go right by him on the lower lane. Yeah. Oh, what's this? A little bit of a jump. Okay, well. Dang, it seems every time you think the drivers are gonna get shaken up here. Okay! Austin Murray, though, got very close to crashing into Can Drive. That could have ended badly. Well, since the pass is going on. Okay. Jose Mills now trying to go for an overtake. Oh, but he's actually gonna lose a spot. Let's see that again. We didn't quite see that because Can Drive had this sausage. Interesting. So AJ Allmendinger goes high. Jose Mills goes low. It looks like that we're finally going to see an overtake in this race. And we did see an overtake. Wow. Yeah, so Jose Mills trying to stick into the corner, but unfortunately has to back off. Wow, so Jose Mills trying to gain his spot. He's instead going to lose a spot. And he might lose another one to Noah Gragson. Has a bit of a run here. And meanwhile, here goes Russell David, who now actually has a pretty clear position on AJ Allmendinger. And Russell David goes to the bottom lane. Can he complete the pass and Allmendinger going to the corner? No, he can't. Russell David having to slope going to the corner. Alright, so there you go. That is the name of the game in New Jersey. It is Hard to Pass. Here comes Justin Haley. Some colleague racing action about to occur here. Let's see if Haley can get a good run. No, Greg's going even deeper. Nah, I don't know. So Austin, oh my goodness, Myatt Snyder has led every lap since the start of this race. And nothing has really happened in this race so far, to be honest. Apart from position changes, Jose Mills. Yeah, it's weird. Jose Mills, he tries to gain a spot, but instead he loses a spot. I will say though, this is the third week in a row that Russell David is actually doing pretty good in the Siemens Nash series. I mean, we're 18 races into the season, and we were expecting this from the very beginning of the season, but it's nice to see Russell David finally figure out the series after so many races. Yeah, I mean, the only really down or somewhat good performance he did before that was his a runner finish at Las Vegas. Well, that was way back for the third race of the season. Here's A.J. Allmendinger, who's now trying to find a way around Myatt Snyder. He's gonna have to clear him on the front straightaway though, and it doesn't look he's gonna be able to do it here. Maybe he can. Okay, he's gonna have to get back up the racetrack though, but he's gonna have to make this pass work. And he will! A.J. Allmendinger with a pass for the lead on Myatt Snyder. First successful overtake we've seen all day. And Russell David also now trying to find a way around Myatt Snyder. Looks like he will. Russell David now up to second. Can he get back up the racetrack though to keep his position? It looks like he will. And there we go. Myatt Snyder going to lose a couple spots to A.J. Allmendinger and Russell David. A couple drivers bringing a limited schedule. Wow, Myatt Snyder is actually falling really far back. He's about to lose another spot to Jose Mills. Okay, no, Jose Mills gonna back off a little bit here. Wow. How about this? So this here is a pair of cars that Russell David, has driven. Of course, this is Russell David's first time in the over 9,000 car, but Russell has made a number of starts by now in the number 16 car. But right now, Russell David is being beaten by the car that he somewhat often drives. Of course, this week this car is being driven by A.J. Allmendinger. And it is nice to see A.J. Allmendinger run so well, though, as A.J. Allmendinger. He's more of a road course ringer. But he's doing pretty well here at New Jersey Motor Speedway, leading the race. I do apologize if there's any rumblings from outside, by the way. That's just some silly sausages playing some silly sausage music. Nothing I can do about that, I'm afraid. Anyway, Russell David, saying sights on A.J. Allmendinger. Russell David, he's finished runner-up. He finished runner-up at Seekonk. Finished in top 10 at Thompson. Is this the race? Maybe the strategy to Russell David winning in the Siemens Nash is just drive Floyd Bobbin. Well, yeah, technically Floyd Bobbin's flagship car in the Siemens Nash is the over 9,000 car. As of course, this was the main part-time car last year, driven by Floyd Bobbin, Bank Coaches, Bobcat Films, and Texas. And Bobcat Films just won in this car just last week. And okay, Mike trying to go for an overtake here. Look at that, Russell David. He's gonna go through. Okay, not quite gonna make the pass here, but he's gonna go a little bit 3 wide, and he's gonna go 2 wide with A.J. Allmendinger here. And Russell David trying to go for first, but he's got quite a bit of competition behind him. However, here is Myatt Snyder trying to go past him, but Russell David now to the lead. But here is Myatt Snyder and Justin Haley trying to do some things. However, it looks like the bottom guys are gonna think, yep, bottom having to check up here. And A.J. Allmendinger gonna keep second, and Myatt Snyder gonna scale back to third. But Russell David now to the lead at New Jersey Motor Speedway. And for the second week in a row, the over 9,000 car is now leading. Alright, let's see how long Russell David can keep this up for. Maybe we'll just nail another quality racing driver trying to catch up to these guys. You know, just nail it. He hasn't had the best season, but he's been pretty decent. You know what's interesting though? The quality car that we thought was gonna do really well this season was Ross Chastain. Instead, Ross Chastain has been atrocious. He's been one of the worst drivers in this series, which is insane. And now AJ Allmendinger. You know, could we see this number 16 car get a runner finish again? This time with a different driver. That's poetry. And funnily enough, I think the greatest outcome of this race could be the number 16 car having a runner finish to the driver that took this car to a runner finish in the first place. Well, let's not get too excited. We still have a lot of laps to go. Anything can happen between now and the finish. That being said, if Russell David can wear out the driver's behind him for the rest of this race, he could very well win, but... let's not get too hasty, though. We still have a lot of racing left. I will say, though, even if Russell doesn't win, it is nice to see him at least one up front for the entirety, well, at least up to this point in the race. Anyways, so we're nearing the halfway point in this race. So anything can happen now between now and the finish. I will say this race was off to a bit of a dull start, and to be fair, this hasn't been the most action-packed race this season, but it still has something. Yeah, still has a little something in this race. Anyways, so Russell David leads. I feel getting starting to get more spread out here. Although that's I just realized can't drive. I think we've actually how many have we passed him? Yeah, he's 2 laps down. So he's probably gonna go at least another couple laps down, and there he is in the distance. Russell David actually had to check up a little bit on the inside lane. Oh, AJ Allmendinger not having to be the one to check up. Oh, and also pit stops. How are those gonna go? Yeah, here's the thing. Russell David leads now, but again, there's still enough time left in this race for Russell David to just go straight down. You know, yeah, funny enough, Russell David doesn't want to have what happened at Balcom Films in the race at Calder Park, where he was dominating, and then he got taken out in a crash. Thing is, though, there's still plenty of time, so I don't really want to jinx it. I mean, so far, Russell David really hasn't been the best driver this season. So here they go on can drive. They're going to have to go straight to the bottom lane. Nope, they're going to... Yep, there we go, bottom lane. Okay, now having to get back up the track. Alright, so this time by... can drive got no effect on the field. However, AJ Allmendinger sliding up a bit. And here is Myatt Snider, who's now trying to go past AJ Allmendinger. Myatt Snider now trying to put a pass to declare. Can't clear Snider or can't clear Allmendinger in time. Or can he? Can, well, let's see. Here they come into the corner. And Myatt Snider is going to clear AJ Allmendinger. And Justin Haley is also going to try to make his way up to third as well. And Justin Haley, full-time driver, has overtaken his part-time teammates. Oh, but Allmendinger trying to go for the crossover move, but ooh, it's pretty late going to the corner though. Allmendinger have to take up here. Yep. Wow. So it seems that for a second on back, it is safe to say that Can't Drive really played with the field, as AJ Allmendinger has dropped back 2 positions and is back to 4th. He was in 2nd chasing down Russell David, but now back to 4th. Meanwhile, Mike Snyder is now the one trying to chase down Russell David. And one thing worth mentioning, you know, Russell David, he was pretty good at Seekonk Speedway, but he's been pretty good in this race too. So we have 30 laps to go. 30 to go. Still a long race left. So anything can happen from now to the finish. Okay, drivers behind Russell David are starting to catch up to him. Here is Mike Snyder, who is slowly but surely creeping up to Russell David. Mike Snyder, he's another one that really wants a win, though. Of course, Mike Snyder doesn't get to drive the RCR number 21 every day. So now that he is driving this car today, he really wants to, you know, take good advantage of this opportunity. He is inching closer and closer. So is Justin Haley too. So Haley, as well, trying to get around Mike Snyder. And here goes Mike Snyder. He's gone very close to the back end of Russell David. Here he goes. Now performing the overtake. And AJ Allmendinger also going back to the bottom lane. And Mike Snyder takes the lead. And is he going to clear Russell David in time, though? Yes, no, he doesn't. He doesn't clear Russell David. Mike Snyder has to brake check. Had to check up there on the bottom lane, which is going to allow Russell David to retain the lead. And now Justin Haley trying to find a way around Mike Snyder. Justin Haley. Ooh, Haley, have to check up a little bit. Alright, you hear that? That's Can't Drive. Looks likely about to be lapped again. Also, pit stops. I'm not sure pit stops are actually going to come to play in this race. Is this race long enough for that? Well, I'm not sure. Alright, so Russell David's done pretty good so far with keeping this lead. But he still has a lot of time left. Yeah, okay, looks like the field just being steady for now. But Can't Drive isn't too far ahead. So, let's see how the drivers navigate around Can't Drive this time. Russell David can go straight to the bottom lane. Absolutely no problems at all. Doesn't have to slow up a bit, just drive right on by. And same for everyone behind as well. Alright, so very clean pass on Can't Drive. Not going to change the lead here. It's been a few times now that Russell David has been so close to victory. Yeah, I know I said that off nowhere. At this point, I've gone on quite a bit about Russell David now. You know, I've commented him as a driver, but now, can my compliments actually mean something now? My center being checked up a little bit, going to the corner here. Alright, next time by, we're going to have 20 laps to go. And also, I don't think that pit stops are actually going to come into play in this race. This race might be a little bit too short for that. Or maybe we'll have pit stops later on. I'm not really too sure. It seems Snyder can't actually get a good enough run on Russell David. Every time it looks like he might be doing so, he has to check up a little bit. Or maybe he's playing a strategy. Well, we'll see what Snyder is able to do here. And I should mention, this is RCR's only car in the Siemens National Series this year. And now, RCR has 5 wins so far in the Skills Cup Series. 1 from Austin Dillon, and 4 from Tyler Reddick. Tyler Reddick having won just last week. And Snyder is gonna mess it up here. Wow. Okay. Couple colleague cars. Now I'm trying to get around him. Are they got to check up here though? Edge Opener does, but Justin Haley doesn't. And Justin Haley moves up to second. Justin Haley still looking for his first career Siemens National Series win. Like I mentioned earlier, Justin Haley's been decent, but he hasn't been great. But here he is running in second today. Yeah. I think a lot of people are excited for, well, I say excited. They are definitely quite anxious to see Russell David up here, but still so much left in this race. Anything can happen. We do inch closer and closer to the finish, but you never know. Now, of course, I hate to dampen the spirits, but of course, this is a team that's national, so even if Russell does win this race, it doesn't mean anything in terms of championship implications, as Russell David is classified as a part-time driver, which means he cannot score any points in this series. And I say that he can't score any points in this series anyway because he's already scoring points in the Skills Cup Series. So you may wonder, why is Russell David running in this series still? Well, experience really. As Russell David didn't have the best of seasons last year in this series last year when he was actually running for the championship. And even this year in the Skills Cup Series, he hasn't been as good of a driver as Top Sports expected him to be. So that's why Russell David is still running every race, or almost every race, in the Siemens National Series season. And I guess another detail worth mentioning is that Russell David initially was supposed to split a ride with a certain other Top Sports driver, but then that driver left the team, so then it was decided that Russell David would run every race in the Siemens National Series until the regular season ended. Here we go, past Can Drive again as I hit the wrong buttons. Yeah, that's the thing. Alright, so field once again, they're going to get by Can Drive absolutely easily with no problems at all. So like I was saying with Russell David, again, initially he was supposed to split a ride with a certain other driver, and they were going to run every race in the regular season. But now, Russell David, because of what happened, Russell David is going to be running in all regular season races in the Siemens National Series. All regular season races. So that means every race until the playoffs starts, which is when Cup drivers aren't allowed. And Russell David doesn't actually have too many of those races left. And here's Justin Haley, who is now right at the back bumper of Russell David. Or at least he was. He tries to go high, but he's going to mess it up here. And here we go, 10 laps to go. Let's not jinx it just yet. Or, well, let's not jinx it at all. This is a moment that several fans have been waiting for. But Justin Haley, however, he wants to spoil the moment, but you have to shake up a little bit here. I think Russell David has this race in the bank. I think, anyway. I could be completely wrong. I mean, as long as Russell David stays out of trouble for the rest of this race. I don't imagine there being any cautions now. The field has been very clean today. No crashes. Or no cautions at all. And it looks like this field isn't going to pit either because the race, I guess, just isn't long enough for that. So let's see, we're not going to see pit stops today. So as long as Russell David can hold up the guys behind him, and there's no caution, I think he has a race in the bag. Six laps to go. Or no, 7 to go. Man, this win, though, is going to be quite something. 6 to go. 6 more laps that Russell David just has to hold off the field. Alright. 5 laps to go. The laps are starting to wind down. Yep, we're on the closing laps. So everyone watching, including myself, trying to hold our breath. 4 laps to go. At this point, he hasn't made. I don't think the driver's blind can catch up to him. Justin Haley is trying, but I don't think Justin Haley has enough to get around Russell David. I think it's been so many laps that tires are starting to run out. And at this point, Justin Haley just doesn't have anything for Russell David. 3 laps to go. This is something we probably should have seen coming, as Russell David has been... I mean, these past few races have been pretty good for him. Runner-up at Seekonk Speedway, a top 10 at Thompson Speedway. And now 2 laps to go at New Jersey Motor Speedway. He just has to hold them off for 2 more laps. Justin Haley, however, is starting to look for a run, but I don't think he has enough car left to do it. Haley not going to back off, though. Here we go. White flag. 1 lap to go at New Jersey Motor Speedway. I can't even speak. Because I'm afraid if I do, I'm going to jinx this one. Okay, Jeff, you're in the bottom lane, but luckily no impact here. Just has to hold him off for another half a lap. And here they come. Justin Haley gonna have to check up here. And I have been waiting a long time to say this. Russell David scores his first career win at New Jersey Motor Speedway in the Cartoon Network 300. Finally. Back-to-back wins for the over 9,000 machine. Fourth Tobal Motorsports win of the season in the Siemens NASCAR Series season, and it comes from their flagship young driver in Russell David. This has been a moment that we have been waiting in for a long time. Ever since Russell David came to the series back last season, and ever since he, was going to run all those races this season, as Phil messes up here trying to get up pit road, but at this point, the only thing that people are really going to talk about is the winner today, and that is Russell David. This has been a moment that we've waited for such a long time. And how about that? Russell David is number one today. A moment, it's been so long. I can't believe it. But Russell David has finally won a race. It's the Siemens NASCAR Series. What if something would have been a bit backwards? It's just like the win. Just the win. The win. That's the thing. Because, first of all, like I said, back-to-back wins for the over 9,000 car. This car was originally just last week with Battleground Films at Thompson Speedway. I think that's the ticket to winning. You just gotta drive the over 9,000 car. Look at that, back-to-back wins for this car. The whole reason why they put Russell David in this car was because it won just last week with Battleground Films. They figured, well, since Battleground Films won last week, let's put Russell David in this car this week. And Russell David delivered. He won the race in the over 9,000 car. I think we're going to see Russell David in the over 9,000 car more often throughout the rest of the regular season. Because if, Battleground Films, he won twice in this car. Russell David now, third win for this car in the hands of Russell David. It's also strange. Because, fun enough, Russell David's main number has been the 1-2-4. And yet, now, Russell David's first career win is driving the flagship over 9,000 car for the Siemens NASCAR Series. This is the series' flagship car. It's so cool. So, yeah, that was something. Russell David finally won. I know it wasn't the most climatic win in the world. It wasn't the most exciting win in the world. Russell David dominated this race. Ever since he took the lead, he never looked back. He just, it seemed like, after that point, after Russell David took the lead, there was no stopping him after that. He was going to have this lead for the whole rest of the race. Now, of course, with how unpredictable the world of motorsports can be, anything could have happened that could have, caused Russell David. And funny enough, Russell David, we thought he was going to win at Siemens Speedway only a couple races ago, but he comes up runner-up to Chase Briscoe. But I think now, Russell David has gotten redemption for that only a couple weeks later. That is now going to be a distant memory, as now Russell David is a winner. A winner in the NROL Siemens NASCAR Series. I've been waiting so long to say that, but it has finally happened. So, I think I blabbered on about Russell David, so let's now give you the rest of the grid. So Justin Nitty comes over in second, Mike Snyder in third, E.J. Opening in fourth, Tristan Longar in fifth, Freed McShane in sixth, Edward in seventh, Jose Mills in eighth, Keisha Richardson in ninth, Greg Graff in 10th, Austin Murray 11th, Nathan Mon 12th, Zachary Fitzwater Sr. 13th, Cody Goforth 14th, Daniel Hamrick 15th, Michael Lance 16th, Hooper Lexpol 17th, Henna 18th, Ross 19th, 8th Logan 20th, Ryan Sieg 21st, Austin 22nd, Texas 23rd, Thomas Matz 24th, Rebecca 25th, DJ Reed 26th, Harrison Burton 27th, Ernie Urban 28th, Casey Nichol 29th, Ryan 30th, Bob Porter 31st, Sebastian Scalon 32nd, Dan Blue 33rd, John Doe 34th, Matthew Brown 35th, Shane Lamb 36th, Neil Gregson 37th, Chase Briscoe 38th, Brandon Jones 39th, Mitch Bronson 40th, Jeff Green 41st, and Can't Drive 42nd. I guess, seems pit stop still came into effect for the lap down cars, or for the, well, lap down cars, for some of the slower guys of the race, but ultimately, yeah, the leader was able to stay on the track for the whole race, and yeah, that is how Russell David got his first career NROL Siemens NASCAR Series. Now, if only David could win in the Skills Cup Series, where it does actually matter. Again, though, as cool as a win this is, it means nothing as far as the championship standings. I mean, that's not to say it doesn't mean anything. It's still a very special win. But it would just be just a bit more special if it actually went towards something in the championship standings. But regardless of all that, that is all for today. Hope you guys have enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't already. What was that? And I will see you in whatever I make next.